Mm. Hey everybody, it's Diane here, and today's practice is going to be a restorative practice using a bolster and a block. And it's a great practice when you're tired, when you feel like your immune system is low, and you don't have a lot of energy. It's also a really great practice when during the holidays. So I'm going to just show you a few poses that we'll hang out in for some time. And know that while we're hanging out over the bolster and using a block, that these poses are actually working the energy like in the meridian lines that connect to our organ health. So it's helping flow the energy through your body, and it does open and stretch you in a gentle way. So first one is going to be with a block, one block underneath your bolster. This is a 4-inch block. And then a round bolster that I have. This is also yoga you can do in your socks, which is really nice. And then we sit right in front of that bolster, bring the soles of your feet together, drop the knees out, and then just lay yourself back and take the arms wide. And as you're here, check in with the back of your neck. If for any reason your chin is reaching up to the side, you want to tuck your chin and perhaps put a little pillow under the back of your head. So let's just hang out here for a little bit. Breathing into this shape. It's called Supta Baddha Konasana. And we get a sense of energy, feeling that through the inner legs, that the inner groin's really open here. If that bothers you as well, you can put blocks or pillows under the outer thighs if it's too much pull at the inner groins. The lower back gets a little bit of pressure from the bolster right in the kidney area. And then the arms are out, stretching the chest and the inner armpit. So let yourself just shut the eyes. Take some deep breaths here. And rest your body back into the bolster. Trying to let go as much as possible in the back body. Let go in the face, any holding or gripping in your face that you're aware of. And then let the breath be nice and deep. And you might stay here for anywhere from 5 minutes to 20 minutes. If you could just do this one pose, and that would be a yoga practice. For our purposes, we're going to come out and we'll lift the knees, place the feet on the floor, and just lift and tuck your tailbone a little bit. And then roll off the side, off onto the floor, pausing here for a moment. And then use your arms and press on up to sitting. So as we come up to sitting, again, know that that pose, it's an amazing pose. It helps stimulate the kidney energy. And also, if you're a woman and you're menstruating, it helps the flow of the blood through the uterus and to release that. And overall, it's just a great pose to give you a little boost of energy. So after that, we're going to take the bolster and turn it so that it's horizontal on your mat. The block behind your bolster, and this is more of a back bend. Well, that last pose hit us a little more in the kidneys. This is for the upper back, where we arch the back, and the big key here is that you've got your shoulders draping over the bolster. In class, often I see this, where people are here and the head is dropping down, but you want to be back far enough so that you're scooting back, lifting the chest, dropping the arms over. Look at the curve in my back, and then the shoulders drop. Your head is supported by the block. Couple things. One is, if again your head, your chin is looking up to the sky, you might want to turn your block on the higher side so you can be here. Some of us are in between here, the medium side and the high side, in which case you might want a little blanket. So situate yourself for your back. You can keep the knees bent, the knees dropping in. You can extend the legs out in front of you. You can bring the soles of the feet together like we just had, and you may get visitations by your own animals. So I'm going to take the knees up and drop the knees in, since I just did the opposite in the last shape. And let's breathe here. Here we're stretching the lungs. We're opening up that front body. And this is a pretty deep stretch in the back body. So let's take 10 big breaths together. On the exhales, just trying to relax back into the bolster. On the inhales, filling your lungs as deeply as possible. Relaxing the lower back muscles. Soften the jawline. Try to take the breath out into the hands. And then however it is that you have your feet and your legs, let's bring the feet so they're as wide as the sticky mat and the knees are bent. We'll take a nice big inhale. And then as you exhale, drop both knees over to the right. And use the inhale to come up to center, and exhale, knees over to the left. And take that 4 more times. Inhale, center, exhale, right. Inhale, center, exhaling, left. Inhale, center, exhale, right. Inhale, center, exhaling, left. Inhale, center, exhale, right. Inhale, center, exhaling, left. And inhale, center, and exhale all the way over to the right side. And then use your arms and press on up to sitting. Yes. So now, where are we going to go? So we've done 2 different kinds of back bends. We're going to take that bolster, take it long ways again, nothing underneath it. And this will be a twist. So we scoot our upper thigh right up against that bolster. Your hip is almost aligned with the bolster here. And then you want to bend the knees, press into the bolster, get really long in your torso, and then turn your body and lay your belly right down on the bolster and relax the shoulders. Now here's the thing, depending on your neck, you're either going to have your face looking the same way as your knees or turn it the other way. So we're going to hang out here for a little bit. And right here, we try to breathe into the rib cage and breathe into this twist. So as you're breathing, try to relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Let the arms relax and let your whole body become heavy, softening down into that bolster. I'm going to turn my head and take about 8 breaths. And then let's slowly press on up to sitting, coming up with your hands. Keep your bolster how it is, and then just flip your body. So you've got the left side up against that bolster. Same thing, we're gonna press down into the bolster, turn your spine, lay the belly down, and turn your head to the appropriate side for yourself. Try to relax the shoulders. And let's breathe into this side, trying to soften into this bolster as much as possible. And then notice, where is it that you feel sensation here? You're breathing deeply, and you're breathing into the back body since the belly is somewhat compressed here. Relax the shoulder. Soften the jawline. And take just a couple more breaths here. And again, use the hands and press up to sitting. Come all the way up. And pause for a moment. Just feel how do you feel? How's the spine feeling? Shake that out a little bit. And then from here, we're going to bring the bolster out in front of us. Take the legs wide, and you have your bolster in between your legs. One thing though, if you're someone who has really tight hamstrings and you sit a little more to the back of your sit bones, get something to sit on so that it helps tilt your pelvis. I'll show you with a pillow. So for example, if you needed a little lift, you could sit on the edge of a pillow, and what that does is it tilts the pelvis forward. So you've got the lift and the pelvis tilts forward. So if that's you, find a pillow in your house or some blankets. If not, you're just going to sit right on the sit bones, grab your bolster, bring it between the legs, And there's two ways to do this. You can have the bolster wide out in front of you, and you're just folding forward here. Some of you may want your block. You can put your block under the forehead. Some of you might take that bolster farther out and put the forehead on your bolster. And some of you might like to turn the bolster long ways where you just fold forward. I personally like it this way. So let's come to that place where you're folding forward. You're folding from the hips. So if you start to round your upper back, lift the breastbone, get as long in the front body as you are in the back body, and then come forward from there. And you may be here, just hanging out here, and that's great. The main thing is that you feel it on the inner legs and the hamstrings, okay? So I'm gonna come into this for a few. Forehead on the bolster. And let's take 10 breaths again here, okay? Breathing into it. Allowing yourself to fold more deeply forward if that happens for you. And slowly, slowly, let's come on up to sitting. Move your bolster out of the way. Scoop under the knees and hug the knees in towards each other and towards the belly. And to close our practice, we'll bring the bolster across the mat. If you have a pillow or a blanket, we can put it underneath your head. And now we're going to take Shavasana. And this is a supported Shavasana with the underneath the knees. This softens the psoas muscles, which is big hip flexors. So if you're a biker, this is really good for you. It just lets those muscles relax. Then come down onto your elbows, tuck the tailbone a little bit, lift and bring the shoulder blades down the back. And if you've got something underneath the back of the head, put it there. No need if you don't. And then turn the inner arms up towards the sky, and let's take rest here in Shavasana. Shavasana is corpse pose, so it's like the ultimate resting pose. Just consider what a corpse is, right? Letting go, your final hurrah of letting go here. And slowly, slowly start to take a few more deep breaths. Let go on those exhales. And as you're ready, bend your knees. Place your feet on your bolster and shift your hips to the left so you roll all the way over to the right side. And then press up to sitting. And as you sit, let's find a comfortable seated position. Shut the eyes. Take a couple of breaths here, just noticing how you feel after this half hour of restorative practice. Let's bring our palms together at the heart, closing our practice in gratitude that we've given ourselves some nourishment and rest. Bow your head towards your heart. Namaste. So that's a short restorative practice. That was about 28 minutes. And there's so much to do with the bolster. There's so much we can do with the bolster. I really highly recommend restorative yoga for this time of year, especially at the holidays. So happy holidays, everybody, and visitations. I just want to say that animals really love it when we do yoga. I noticed my cat and my dogs just chill out. You might have heard my dog snoring over in her bed. So happy holidays. Take good care. Bye-bye.